Now that covers a lot of ground. Now when I think of the AETA, it reminds me that there's one more thing I learned in Catholic school. There was this story about Jesus going into the temple and throwing out the money changers. We all know that story, and that pretty much is where it ends. But there's more to that story. So he didn't just throw out the money changers, he threw out those that were selling cattle and sheep and doves. In other words, he went into the temple, found the people who were exploiting the animals, and tossed them out on their ass. So the next time somebody asks you, what would Jesus do? Thanks to the AETA, you could probably say 12 to 18 months. These are the jokes, folks. Now, they have us running from imaginary evildoers, when in reality, the real weapons of mass destruction just may be pots and pans and forks and spoons and plates and all those cookbooks. Yes, all those animal-based cookbooks. So maybe after we shut down McDonald's, we can go over to Barnes & Noble and shut them down too. Now, contrary to popular belief, the words vegan and vegetarian are not derived from the word vegetable. The words vegan, vegetarian, and vegetable all come from the same Latin word, vegetus, which could be loosely translated to mean life, or lively, or vigorous. So I like to think that's what we're doing here today. We are vigorously celebrating life. We are vigorously attempting to save and protect lives, because we know that being a vegan is much more than just changing your diet. It's important to change your diet, but going vegan is more than that. And it's even more than your skin color, your gender, your sexual preference, or wherever you happen to be born. Going vegan is more than your political party affiliations, what God you've chosen to worship or not, or what ism you've chosen to follow or not. In fact, if you're looking to have conversations on topics like health, the environment, and ethics, and topics like corporate welfare, and immigrant rights, and workers' rights, and poverty, and torture, and oppression, and topics like equality, peace, justice, and freedom, you have to include veganism and animal rights in the conversation. Now what I'm wondering is, where is the left on all of this? Why is the left wing so far behind the vegan and the animal rights movements? Why aren't they making the connections they need to make? Connections like this. Every single year, 9 billion animals are murdered for food, and this horrendous industry is responsible for 51% of the human-caused greenhouse gases. Now, this type of information can make somebody feel powerless, or guilty, or overwhelmed, unless you choose to recognize the good news. Because there is good news. So I'm curious. Let's make a little noise here. Who wants to hear some good news? Now, I just turned 50. I don't think my hearing's going yet. I said, who wants to hear some good news? All right, before I tell you the good news, I'm giving you 2 more chances to make some noise. If you're vegan, let me hear you. Make some noise, all the vegans. If you're an activist, make some noise. Well, to you I say congratulations, because here's the good news. You live in the best time ever to be a vegan and an activist. We are on the brink of social, economic, and environmental collapse. What an amazing time to be alive. And I am not being sarcastic. I am not being cynical. I am simply listening to the sound of opportunity knocking. You might even say opportunity is kicking down the damn door. Now, I may not have credentials or a degree or a big fancy office in a big fancy building somewhere, but my gut tells me that what we do or don't do in the next couple of years could push us all towards either the point of no return or a far more sane society. Never before have the stakes been higher. Never before has veganism and activism been more important. And never before have we been in a better position to shape the future.